Hello there. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome back if you've been here before, welcome if you're new, and welcome all to episode 7 of our no mods building series, Beans Builds. Now in this episode we're going to be learning how I did the fire pit here that we're at Sanctuary Hills. It was requested by Animatrix in the comments on the video for this little tour of the bar and the fire pit area. And I know I said I'd get the boat out. I'll get the boat out in a couple of Beans Builds times because I've had a couple of requests off people just for how I've done a few things. So I want to put them out there so people can have a look. But yeah, thanks very much to Animatrix for asking about this one and asking for a little build video on this one. Hope you like it. Hope it's pretty simple for you to follow. But yeah, with that out of the way, I just want to say once again thank you to everybody for all the most recent views and the comments and the recent subscribers. Welcome if you're new, as I always say. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy this video. Thank you all for your continued support. It really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Alright then, so we're in workshop mode and we are of course at Starlight Drive-In, my little builder's playground. And just before we get started, I'm going to be varying up the railings and the floors I use when I'm building this between some of the DLC and some of the vanilla items. But you can do it with just the wooden ones, so if you don't have the DLCs that's fine, you can still build this. But yeah, so I'm going to start off and I'm going to get me one of these big concrete floors. I want that one to start with in the middle and I'll explain why in a little bit. But then I'm just going to go to the wooden floors and I'm going to get these little ones. I'm just going to ring it around this floor here. And then I'm just going to, using this sort of sit it in, I'm just going to line it up. So once it's lined up with the outer floor, you'll be able to see when you snap the next one on. And once it's lined up, you can just go around again. Then when you've gone around again, you just fill the middle in and repeat the process. And again. So now it's built up a bit, what we can do is just take these ones out of the middle. And then once the middle's cleared out, I'm just going to go over to the warehouse floors and get out this single one. Just pop that in the middle. And then once that's done, we're just going to pop some campfires on there. Now I've got a bunch that are shillared over here together. I'm going to pop down a campfire on a rug, and then I'm going to shiller them in. think that looks alright. So we just scooch on that out of there. And a campfire on a map. So that's a fire pit. It's not quite like the one in Sanctuary, and I'm going to show you how I did that one as well. But this one's a lot easier, and it is quite simple to do. I'm going to do a little bit of off-camera decorating, and yeah, you'll see what it looks like. Alright then, so less than 10 minutes of decorating and it's already looking completely different. So all you can see that I've done is just slapped on some of these wooden railings around the outside. They've just snapped that top floor. And then I've just free-handed some of these concrete railings in. Got some lanterns in the fire pit, some oil lamps on the outside, some potted plants and some benches. And it really does bring the place together. And to build one like I did at Sanctuary, it's pretty much the same thing. So we're going to start off with one of these small concrete floors. It's just slightly different. And then we're going to go around it with the wooden floors. There was more space constraints at Sanctuary Hill, so I only had like a little, what's this, a 3x3 I guess, to play with. So I'm just going to whiz through this, because you've pretty much seen it all before just then. So yeah, as you can see then, a little bit of decorating, it goes a long way. Alrighty then, so that's the end of our tutorial. I'm just sat here with the second fire pit we've built at Starlight Drive-In. I've scooched it over to the edge a little bit, and seems to have sunken in a little bit because of the uneven topography of the site, but it's given the fire pit itself a nice little sort of sandy effect with that concrete. But anyway, that is the end of our video, that is the end of our tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please do give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to and you haven't already, and yeah, leave us a comment if this one was easy to follow and if you're going to give it a go yourself. It's a bit fiddly just to line up those bits, but once you get the knack of it, it is quite easy to do. So yeah, hope you all liked it, and I will be back next Tuesday with another video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, have a good week. I will catch you in the next one. Take care, your sens, take care of each other. See you in the next video. Ta-ra!